All right, it's been a while, but we're all here. The new gang 3.0. What up, guys?
What's up?
Good.
So we got your boy Stickbug. He's here. Say hi, Alan.
Yes, hello.
And today we have pinch hitter of the day, the week, Tsuntenshi, aka KIREI. Say hi, KIREI.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for people who aren't in the know about your hipness.
My hipness?
Yeah, your hipness.
I guess I'm just a quiet guy who retweets a bunch of art, but I actually watch a lot of anime too.
Word. Okay, cool.
There isn't much to say about myself.
That's cool. That's legit. We're all just peeps. Yeah, so this week marks technically the final week of last season and the first week of the new season. So
even though we're like a third of the way season.
Yeah,
now.
but you know that's podcast standard time or something.
Yeah, that is podcast standard time. Yeah, that is PST. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so for those of you guys tuning in, we don't really have too much of a plan today because we're missing a lot of the usual crew. It's kind of chaotic. I don't think we're really on the same page about most of the things we're watching.
Yeah.
So it's going to be free for all. We're just going to talk about random stuff, and anything we don't get to, we can always, do when we have more of the squad gathered. But again, I posted it on Twitter, but definitely check out the ask.fm that I'm posting in the chat to post questions so that we can answer those because they're pretty cool.
Sometimes.
Is this about anime or anime games? This is about anime.
Hanzo Ganzo. This is about anime as a whole, dude.
Yeah, this is about anime as a phenomena, as a culture. I don't know. Okay.
Everything
anime.
I don't know. I don't know what we want to start off with actually, but we should probably talk about. Maybe we should get last season out of the way.
Yeah, let's talk about last season.
And I don't even remember what I finished technically, other than TSUKI ga KIREI, I guess.
Yeah, so, I finished that too.
So the ending was. I don't know how to describe it. It was expected, but it was just, I don't know. It was so corny that I laughed.
I was kind of bothered by the ending, actually.
Really?
I was bothered by the male MC because he kind of just didn't, like during like the emotional scenes where she's like having a breakdown. He just didn't do anything.
Dude, he didn't know what to do.
Like he was just like she was crying, running away, and he just stood there. I'm like, bro, use your legs, run.
Dude, he didn't know what to do, man. It's his first relationship. Let him rock.
I guess, but it still bothered me.
I do think it was really funny that scene just ends with her alone and crying, and then it just cuts to the next scene.
Yeah, that's funny. But what cracked me up the most is when they're going through the montage at the end, and their names change in line.
Yeah.
Each time. And it's like they're married, so it's like hubby, I'm like, come on, man. This is so corny.
The anime implies that Lions gonna exist for years to come.
Yes. Line brings us all together.
Yeah, we watched the greatest commercial of all time, basically.
We watched
commercial.
Yeah.
It was
we'd watch again.
13 episode commercial of Line.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually thought it was really funny that I thought this was gonna end up being some weird Twilight Zone 5 centimeters per second. I thought that was really weird. It totally is though. It's super spooky. Like it ends sort of the same way where like they have these feelings and then they kind of like they grow apart and they don't really know how to communicate it, and then it's like looking like it's gonna be some whack thing where like especially with the novel he wrote where like, you know,
Oh
it-
yeah,
it's
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
janky bittersweet thing where like it's like, yeah, he still likes you, but you got to move on because that's life. Like
Yep.
that's I was about to be mad tight at that, but at the same time I was like, okay, this is pretty funny because this is like some weird 5 centimeters per second. And then like, no, it's not, because then you watch the ending and then they're just like, BT dubs. It was the ultimate ending.
Yeah, we're getting married.
It was like a difference because with 5 centimeters per second, they didn't have like a means to communicate because they both moved at like the same time, so you couldn't like just mail each other. So they're always like staring at like their phones when the technology finally came in, and they still couldn't find a way to communicate with each other because those kind of mediums weren't available to them. Whereas in this anime, like all that was available to them right now, so they were able to make the long distance work.
Yeah, and it's crazy how far apart they actually were. I don't know. Oh, when I watched this with the Canadians, because some of them hadn't watched before, I'm like, we need to watch this movie. Afterwards, we're like, where did he move to? Right? And we looked it up on a map. Holy crap. He is out there. He's like at the tip of Fukuoka in terms of out there. So there was
You mean
no
that's where
way
they were originally, right?
So it's like originally they were in a city, right? And then she moved out to the country. So he goes to visit her, but then he moves even farther away.
So, right. That's in the ending, right?
Yeah. So, well, that's in the second arc. He moves out.
It is?
The Surfer Girl. Remember Surfer Girl?
I remember Surfer Girl.
So the second.
Oh, wait, you're talking about 5 centimeters per second. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about fucking.
No.
TSUKI got Kira. I was like, wait, what?
No.
Okay, yeah. No, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like he moves out to the tip of Fukuoka, and she's back in like north of Tokyo, out in East Bumblefuck. So they were not riding the train to see each other ever again. So they were, pretty much never going to see each other. Unless they both move back to the city, I guess, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks for them.
So yeah, this one. Yeah. TSUKI ga KIREI was definitely a Twilight Zone. That's a good way of putting it. It was just like an alternate universe. Alternate universe where you thought it was going to go one way, but it ended up going, I guess, the way a lot of people probably wanted it to go.
An alternate.
I guess so.
The 5 centimeters.
If I had to like put my last words on the series, I would say the last couple episodes, it felt like they wanted to give you like a bunch of different tones for the story, and it felt kind of all over the place as to where it was going, and then they kind of again do a mix up and then give you this ending too. So like I don't know if I would say I really liked the ending. I guess I thought it was interesting in the sense that it did subvert your expectations a little bit, and it was somewhat unique.
Yeah. I think they did really good considering like I think it's a new animation studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was done by Feel. I've never heard of them.
Oh, nope.
Feel. I don't know. But I mean, it's not like it was an original story. I mean, it's based on something, if I recall. So
a light novel, I think. No, actually, no. I don't think this was based on anything.
Oh, is this original? Oh, wait, it definitely is because it's a line commercial. That's right.
Yeah, it was a line commercial, so it was probably
okay. So I'm wrong.
Not based on anything. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's original.
Oh, what would you give the show out of 10?
What I give the show out of 10? I'm going to tell you the number, and then I'm going to put it down on my MAL exactly as I say it. I'm going to give this series a 7.
Okay.
I guess I'll give it a strong 7. It's definitely not an 8, but it goes above a 6 for me because it has some pretty great moments, like the fucking guy who we'll never find out if he got with the teacher or not.
Damn.
The entire like cuck arc that took like only an episode. The fact that brown girl goes in anyways, that was hella good too.
Yeah, the characters were great. Those skits at the end were just always so good.
Yeah.
They kind of like
the little things. I like the little things in this series.
Yeah, the light touches.
Yeah.
Here and there.
The main romance story I thought was just pretty okay, I guess. I have to give it down marks for doing the thing I hate the most, which is the like we're getting together, but there are still problems because anime drama.
Just because anime drama, but then I mean, would you ever be able to have like a real romance show?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It's called writing actually interesting characters that, have interesting natural dynamics, so it doesn't feel contrived.
Yeah, I guess like the only dynamic was the only dynamic was they're both like super quiet, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean I'm not necessarily saying like realism is the best way to go, like 100% of the way, but like I mean, some of this shit is pretty like there to stir the fucking pot. Which is not the worst thing ever. It's just something I hate. Specifically when they get together. That's the thing I don't like. It's the typical like, oh, we're at the end, but it can't be the end yet. So what do we do? And then they have to like, make up some
drama.
bullshit.
Yeah, whack ass drama. Yeah, I guess I could see that. The ending was kind of weak in that sense. Yeah,
it's a pretty common trap fall in most of the like romance genre, honestly. I'm just nitpicking, but to be fair, like a lot of it was not that way, but yeah.
I feel you. I definitely feel you there.
How about you, Alan? Score out of 10?
I was gonna give it probably a 7, but mine's a 7, not a strong 7. I guess that would be our different. You gave it like a 7+. I gave it a 7. And I'll put that in Tiger right now, actually. Yeah, it was good.
How about you, KIREI?
I'm actually giving it like a 7.5 or 8 because it's kind of relatable to me right now.
Yeah, I respect that. How do you feel, KIREI, about her breaking down on the river?
I thought that was terrible.
Because I definitely feel that's like the lowest point in the second half of the series.
Yeah. She broke down like, well, that was like, under the river, like that was when she broke down the most, but she broke down in tears before that too.
That one was more understandable because he was kind of being a jackass.
Yeah, he was kind of being a dick. Yeah.
Because he was salty, and she was like that. See, that's kind of understandable because it's like their first time being in a relationship, and like, it was like that's actually pretty realistic. Like I know I just hated on like contrived drama, but in some sense, because they're middle schoolers, some of that stuff is pretty
like it's possible.
Yeah, no, it happens, they kind of get into an argument. That part though was not very believable for me because she was just like, why didn't you tell me about that girl? And he's like, what? And then she was like,
Yeah, I didn't get that part either.
Yeah, I was like, bruh. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Last closing remarks about this series.
I wouldn't mind if they made a second season, but it was just short skits of all the other couples. Not just them, but like go into those other couples' relationships because they just looked hilarious.
I guess my final thoughts isn't really about the show, but the studio.
Oh God, sorry, I moved channels in accent. Say that again.
Oh snap. Okay, well, it wasn't really about my final thoughts isn't really about the anime, but like the studio. I thought their animation style was kind of different, or it just felt like unique in a little way. So I like to see what they decide. I like to see what they do more in the future, or what kind of projects they do later on.
Yeah, I would agree. I did like the overall visuals. It was nice. I thought it fit. Yeah, I thought it fit well with the story and tone. It's cute. They did an okay job convincing me that they were middle schoolers, I guess.
Yeah. I agree.
What else was there?
Dude, it was your favorite show of all time. Come on, Brett. How are you gonna forget about your favorite show of all time?
Did we not talk about the last episode of King's
I don't
Avatar?
think we talked because I was always behind you.
Oh.
So we never really talked about it.
You finished it, right?
I did finish it.
Okay, well, I mean, the last episode didn't really...
Yeah, it wasn't any different.
It wasn't any different. It was just like, it kind of kept moving at the same pace. Although the final episode was cool because they did talk about season 2, basically.
Yeah. Is he going to make a team?
With the team jackets at the end?
Yeah,
man.
So season 2 is sick because they're basically probably jumping straight into competition now.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Which is not what I was expecting. I thought we were going to see more like of a natural thing, but like, no, bam, we're going to tournaments now. We're done with training mode, basically.
But how many players can be in a team?
I think it's 5. Is it? I think it's 5-on-5, but it's not group. They make it look like it's like Waseda style 5v5.
Yeah, I actually don't remember, honestly.
It always looks like it's 1-on-1. Like you... Or no, how was that one? Or was it 3v3?
It was 3v3, I thought. The team matches, I thought, were 3v3.
Yeah, because I didn't know like what their team comp would look like.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch the episode when they were like kind of it was a flashback to the past. When well, of course it's to the past, but it was a flashback to one of the tournaments they were all playing at, and it was like, well, I was able to get into his head because in this match we did this, and in this match I switched it up or something. So I think it was like there's a team fight and then 2 1-on-1 battles or something. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, I'm still telling people to watch this series. People are slowly still picking up on it. I think, who was it? Someone recently watched it as well. One of our local players like watched it, and I'm slowly, getting people in to prepare them for the season 2. I've talked a lot about this, so I don't need to talk any more about it. But yeah, basically, last episode was pretty good, and can't wait for season 2. Basically.
Yeah, I talked it up as well to a bunch of people because the series is just really good. There's no reason not to. Also because it's like pretty underrated, I believe, just because of what kind of show it is. Like it's not like a traditional. Well, it's not like listed on like any anime sites or anything.
Yeah, how did you find out about it? Did you? Oh, was this on like Annie chart or something?
No, right? Someone told me.
Oh.
Yeah, someone just told me that I should watch this shit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. That's about it, really.
There's gonna be a new animation studio for season 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was kind of janky at times, but they still did a good job with it, I think.
I liked this animation studio personally. I think they did a good job, all things considered. Like,
yeah, I didn't mind the animation at all, actually. Like, the only thing that like really it didn't even really get to me was like the reused like frames, obviously, for like the special moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And like the attack sequences, but after a while I was kind of like, whatever, this is still hype. I don't really care.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job considering their budget. Like, I think the way they reused animation was in a way where I didn't get bothered. So I felt like if I'm not getting bothered by it and I still feel like it looks good, then I think they're doing their job, right? So
yeah.
Hopefully the next studio will be as good, is my hope. I just hope it's not worse, because I don't want it to look too poverty, because I think they do a pretty good job with like the designs, the effects, everything looks pretty cool. So I've spoken at length before about what I think they're doing a good job with their art direction overall. So
there was never really a drop in quality, was there?
Say what?
I remember there was never really a drop in quality.
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, there's never like any frames like specifically where you just like crop it out, like, oh, look at this bad.
Yeah, I mean, it would go like One Punch Man in some of the action sequences where they obviously dropped it in quality, but that's because the movement was so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that type of effect. It's almost like a blurring effect, I guess, that happens, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about this series. I don't know. Any last words from you, Alan?
No, I enjoyed it. I'm glad you recommended it because it was very different. It did have a very different feel of it, and I think they did a good job. The characters are cool, and I think you hit it on the nail on the head when you described it as like an old like samurai film in terms of like what kind of comedy, how the comedy feels. It just feels like way out of left field. They just kind of throw it in. Yeah, that was a good way of describing it.
What would you give the series out of 10 now that you finished it, Alan?
I'd probably give it an 8. I guess it just left something to be desired, but if I knew there was going to be a second season, obviously it's set up that way, just the way it began. You know, it's like,
for sure.
The god is forced to quit. He's obviously going to come back, and that's not going to happen in the season. So I guess I can't really judge it off of that. But I don't know, maybe like it still felt really weird, I guess.
I think what I would criticize the most in that same vein is it's kind of slow actually towards the later half. Like I think the first maybe like 3 or 4 episodes are really good. They like really get you in because it's got all of the great tropes and he's like not set. But then like after episode like 3 or 4, it's just about them like basically farming for like six episodes.
Yeah. I guess they're just trying to get you acclimated to how the game works and what is taken seriously.
Yeah, I mean, things happen. It's not like they don't do anything. Like, you know, every episode they're usually introducing maybe like a new side character, a minor plot point, more details about the intricacies of the relationships between either the players or the guild. So there's content, but obviously I think for us as an audience, those things are maybe a little bit less interesting to go through than the bigger motions, you know? So it's kind of basically a lot of setup. So hopefully season 2 will be like really awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good note. So I'm looking forward to season 2.
All right, so damn, did you watch Kato?
Which one was that?
The one with the alien.
The magician one. Yeah, alien magician. There was one that was CG 3D, I think.
No.
What? Wait, what?
What wasn't it 3D or CG?
Oh yeah, it was.
No, I didn't watch it.
Fuck.
I didn't watch it either.
Fuck.
You can talk about it though.
I'll it's okay. It was the best thing of the season, but
really?
Okay, like I'm just gonna tell you the dumb plot point because you don't care, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah. For those of you guys in the chat, spoilers obviously, but you should know we're all talking about spoilers because it's the end of the season. But okay, basically what happens is like you know the basic stuff, which is like this alien shows up, right?
Yeah.
This alien shows up and gives everyone gifts, basically, right? Okay. So then like it's explained that this alien is basically a extra dimensional being of like a higher dimension. And the overall plot ends up being that this entire universe was actually created by a higher dimensional being so that they could take the information that is created from the universe and consume it, basically, because like they're functioning like at such a high level that basic kinds of information like reading a book is like too slow for them, or it's like too basic.
Okay.
So the entire world humanity itself is basically a product of this experiment so they can harvest us, not as like literally consume, but like as a informational source of information. And then the second to last episode, basically it culminates in the alien revealing all this shit, and then the main character being like, well, that's kind of whack, and he's like, so I'm gonna basically convert the whole world into higher level beings, basically, so that they can interact with the aliens, and that's how they're going to get their information, right? And he's like, I wanted you. And the main character's like, well, they're probably not going to survive. That's like not really a valid thing, They're probably just going to die. And he's like, well, it's okay. I will just like do it, and if they die, I'll just like Control Z and do it again until it works. And the main character's like, that's a pretty bad idea. And so basically the alien's like gonna just kill him. He's gonna kill the MC because he's like, I actually copy and pasted you already as a dummy, so I can just kill you and then like put a dummy of you that's exactly the same. He's like, I copy and pasted you from 3 hours ago. So he's about to off the main character, and then this girl who's like, I guess the main female lead shows up inside the cube, like in this extra dimension that they're talking in, and she basically reveals that she's actually also a higher level extra dimensional being that is like the she's the caretaker of the universe. Apparently.
Was the show any good, Brett?
It's hell good. So she shows up, right? And she looks all fucking magical and shit now. And she's like, yeah. And so she defends the main character, and then she like escapes, and they're like in hiding, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're in hiding, and then like she like it had been implied that she likes him for a while, and they kind of like fall for each other, right? And then so the final episode is like, they're like, okay, how are we gonna beat this person, right? And then like there's all this stuff. They basically like kidnap, or not kidnap, but they find this like professor who's really smart, and they're basically gonna get her to design some weapon that you can attach onto a human that like cancels out the extra dimensional powers from the alien, because the caretaker alien girl has this like special sealing like device that as long as they touch him with it directly, it will seal him away, right? So they're like, okay, we're gonna get this equipment and fight and use this like Pokeball basically to negate this alien guy. And they talk to his best friend, the main character's best friend, and like the shot comes halfway through the discussion, you just see him bitching, complaining, be like, I can't believe you would fucking do this to me. Like, why? I can't believe you're asking this of me. You guys are crazy. And he's like, you're the only one who can do this. And he just like runs off, and he's like, God damn it, fuck you guys. And you don't know what it's about, right? So then the final fight happens, right? He gets this crazy suit built, basically, which he's hiding and concealing under his clothes. And he's like, all I have to do is basically like deflect this bad guy's power and then touch him with a Pokeball, and I kill him. And of course, the plan doesn't go well because, this alien is like all knowing, right? So he had already known basically that they were going to do this shit. And there's some like dumb contrived thing where he already had like planted something in the professor that they found, so everything that they were doing he like knew about already, or some stupid shit. And so basically their plan doesn't work, and the dude like stabs the main character basically, and the main character does not get the Pokeball to touch, and he goes over how he knew everything, and you're like, oh damn, it's fucking rip. And then all of a sudden this fucking girl shows up. Okay, I have to rewind because I have to explain something. So in a episode prior, the final device that the alien offers humanity is a remote control that basically controls the laws of physics in this universe, because remember that this universe was created by the aliens, right?
Yeah.
So they can basically do whatever they want. It's literally a sandbox.
Okay.
It's like there's a plot point where right before the main character goes into that scene where he's about to get killed by the alien actually like slows down time, so that like 5 seconds for him was actually like 72 hours for the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Like to illustrate that he can create a hyperbolic time chamber, even though that's a pretty asshole move to do, because the main character is just like sitting there doing nothing for 72 hours. So fast forwarding, the plan doesn't work, everything looks bad. All of a sudden this fucking girl shows up. She looks like she's like, fucking teenager or some shit, right? And you don't know anything about her, and she just like looks completely new. And she shows up, and she's a daywalker. She has extra dimensional powers. And what happened was the real plan was that the main character did fuck that girl that one night and made a baby. And they used the hyperbolic time chamber to have his best friend raise that girl for 20 years or some shit, or like 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber. And because she is like a product of a human and the alien thing, she gets full access to all of her actual real extra dimensional powers, because it's explained that the aliens kind of have to like downgrade themselves to even exist, in this like human universe, because it's only 3D and they're like 70 beings or whatever. But because this girl is like a union between the human and that alien, she has like full access to all of the powers, basically. So then she bodies the fuck out of the alien, and that's basically the end. It's amazing.
That's pretty great.
It's fucking amazing. So that was actually like the best mix-up of the entire fucking year to me. Because I did not see that shit coming at all. I don't think anyone would see that shit coming. I had joked like, oh, they probably fucked at that in between this one scene and the next scene. But they actually did fuck. Not only did they fuck, but then they raised a fucking baby in secret.
In a hyperbolic time chamber.
In a hyperbolic time chamber.
That's pretty great.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's one of the biggest plays I've ever fucking seen. One of the wildest. That's all I really have to say about this series. We can move on now. But yeah, so this dude, like this friend, basically sacrificed his entire life. He sacrificed 15 years of his life. Yeah.
Wait, so did he come back older?
He did.
Oh, so he was like mad old.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's pretty great. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. And she's like talking to her papa, quote unquote, who's like still like 20 something. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about something else.
What else?
Do we want to talk about Saikano? I mean, I kind of feel bad about talking about without arms, so maybe we should save it for he's back.
But I mean, we can get his thoughts on it next week too. I don't know. It kind of ended how I thought it was going to end, especially after episodes. What was it? 10 and 11. 12 was the last one, or was 11 the last one? How many episodes was it?
It was 11.
Yeah. So 9 and 10. So the way 9 and 10 were ended the way I thought 11 would. Pretty much ended the way I thought it was going to end, but I still don't think that ruined the show, because I don't think any of us were ready for both of them getting stripped away, I guess.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
And then in the last episode, Utaha freaking
goes in.
What did you call it? Walk off, like walk off Homer.
Yeah, knocked out of the park, man.
Yeah, just right at the end, just goes for it, takes it.
What a
straight
god.
robbery.
Yeah, that was straight robbery. That was great.
It was super good. It was
amazing.
The best.
Yes.
It was amazing. An amazing end to an amazing series.
Is that really the end of the series, though?
Probably not. I'm assuming there's more.
What's it based off? Is it based off a light novel or a game?
A light novel,
sure
I believe.
Light novel.
It's a light novel. Can anyone in chat confirm if the light novel is still going past where we are now? If anybody's even reading the light novel or keeping up with it? All you weebs.
It says published from July 20th, 2012 to question mark.
Oh, so it might still be going.
Wait, what's this?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the actual real best anime of that season. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing I like that I want to comment on is that I liked how the way it panned out was kind of like the main character kind of ends up falling for Kato, sort of, but they portray Kato as the girl who is actually the least caring about the MC in a romantic way. I like that dynamic a lot.
I don't know. Does she care the least?
I think she does. I mean,
I don't think she cares as much as the other two.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Never mind.
Like compared to Edity or Utaha, you know, I mean, maybe she likes him, maybe not. That's definitely up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that we have to debate about it, I think, is something to be said, right? Like,
yeah.
It's implied, especially in season 1, that she, you know, is maybe playing the part of the dumb girl, but you know, but like I think like in the second season, it seems not only do they kind of focus more on her interest in actual game development and stuff like that, but like she starts like she plays the role kind of where it's like she's pandering to him, right? Like you know, and I don't think it's that she's necessarily being a cock tease as much as say Utaha was in season 1. You know, so she actually feels like a character that I would believe if she just doesn't really care about this guy romantically at all, and I think that's fine. I think that's cool. That's like that. It's yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's about all I had to say about the series. Like maybe we'll touch base again when
Arm.
When Arm comes back. I don't know what any thoughts from you, KIREI, since you are the star today.
I really like Kato's character a lot during season 2. I also liked being a fellow. Well, I like the artist block that they portrayed during the season 2 of KIREI. With like the position, with what was that company's name? Well, the rival company.
Yeah, Square Enix. Yeah.
Yeah, how she basically told her straight up that you have like an artist block and you need to get over it, and basically showed that her work can be easily mass produced.
Yeah, that was
strong. That was like that kind of hit me like personally too. I thought that whole small arc was really good. Like it was pretty real to me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I really liked the idea of not being able to like refine your talent or your skill unless you're putting yourself into these like challenging places. That was great. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I think that's maybe it for me about the series. I don't know what I gave this series what did I give it on Mal? I gave it a 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I gave it a 9.
I agree with 9.
Yeah. I give it a 9, if anything, just because the series basically has the final form evolutions of so many girl types in harem. It's just like you can't really I don't know what characters especially in a harem show are as interesting as any of these characters. Like maybe a case can be said about characters being more interesting than Edity, but like certainly a character like Utaha is like the final form of so many other like generic-y characters. That's just like
Utaha and Kato were definitely amazing girls.
Yeah.
That the show had to offer.
Yeah, for sure. That might be it for last season.
Let's see. Oh, Shingeki was last season. I thought the season was really good.
So I didn't watch it.
But do you read it?
I read it up to a certain point, and I just skimmed like the highlights of what's happening.
Okay, so
currently
next season, I think we're definitely going past the walls. We're going way outside, I think. Season 2 was kind of lacking. I really enjoyed season 2. Oh, budget wise,
I can't say anything because I
enjoyed it.
Watch it.
I enjoyed it. I'm definitely gonna watch whatchamacallit, season 3. I'm definitely gonna watch season 3. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I think you can complain about the quality, but I think the content was good. They paced it well. They paced it very well. Even though I still don't like how they withhold information when they're talking. They just kind of look at each other and they're like, that. You know? They're they're not specific, and you're like, just tell me what that is, like, please, like, stop beating around the bush.
Or when it changes to another frame or like a different scene, like
and
you come back to the same scene, like everyone's in shock, and you're like, so what was the answer?
Yeah, so what was the answer? Yeah, so what's going on, or what do people know? Like, they're just not speaking up. But I guess we'll find out why they're not speaking up, and obviously it's going to be a blow up and a very big deal. So I can kind of understand why, but at the same time, like, come on, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, I Shingeki is in a very interesting place right now. So
yeah, they did answer a bunch of things. Yeah.
In the manga, yeah. Yeah, the reveals are pretty sick. I'll have to like watch clips of some of that stuff later. If you haven't, also guys, feel free to load us up with questions on our Ask.fm. We'll answer those in the Q&A later today. But is that
and Akashic Records was whack.
Say what?
And Akashic Records was whack.
I'm so glad I didn't finish that series. That was the best decision of my whole fucking
The shit was mad
season.
average.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Ultimate average. I actually didn't finish that Alice show either because it was just, I don't know. I'm not gonna go back and finish that. I have two more episodes. Maybe I will. It was weird.
Yeah, I never continued watching after like the first arc, where she was getting kidnapped, and I think you were talking about it. But after that, I was kind of like, I always forgot about it.
Yeah, it's not like anything really worth watching. Nothing like really happens. It's whatever. So that was definitely it for me though. The only thing is Recreators is still going, right?
I'm not caught up, and
oh man, they introduced a new character, Brett.
Fuck. Okay, no spoilers. I'm gonna catch up.
Okay, we won't say, but they're introducing more characters.
Yeah, and
fuck yeah.
Yeah, and dude, you're gonna crack up.
All right. That's good. That's a really good sign. Remember that I had said I think they need something new to keep this shit working. So that's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sakura Quest is still Sakura Quest.
It's not over yet.
Trying their hardest.
Yeah, second core right now.
Yeah,
and there's Boku no Hero. Still going.
I'm still not caught up on Boku no Hero, and I won't be for a while unless the season is terrible. And I can actually catch up on it.
It's a good show. I caught up on the manga because the anime just hyped me up. So
it looks awesome, but at the same time, people are like, it's kind of getting like worse or something.
Not really.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute.
You guys want to talk about any new shit you guys are watching in this season? Summer?
I'm watching Fate. I'm definitely watching the new Fate, Apocrypha, and Gamers.
Okay. I actually am not watching Fate Apocrypha at all yet, but I will.
It's doing a good job of kind of keeping you neutral right now, which I think is kind of different from all the other shows.
Really?
Yeah, we're only 3 episodes in, so that's probably going to change. But you feel like there's a good side and a bad side. So do you know the setup, Brett, at all for this?
Yeah, I vaguely.
So it's a 7v7, and then the winner of the 7v7 fight each other.
Yeah,
that's how it works. So it's like you would think that there'd be a good team and a bad team, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of get a feeling that there's a good team and a bad team, but at the same time, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to describe. But I think that's good.
Kind of like teams with 2 different views and ideals. And you just don't know which one to root for.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't even know like what their ideals are. It's just kind of like they just seem like a team of 7 and team of 7. I mean, there's one that's definitely trying to cheat the system with a noble phantasm, but that's about it. But all the servants are pretty awesome. Mordred is godlike.
Agreed.
She's pretty popular.
I can see why. She's freaking awesome. Actually, I think she's probably one of the coolest servants that I think have been in Fate. I think a lot of servants are whack.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment.
I don't know. Mordred's just cool. A lot of the servants are cool. They're all treated equally.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Mordred definitely feels like she's the main character. I guess she's the main one.
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones are kind of getting love too in terms of like screen time. And yeah, Alstafo is like, or whatever their name is.
I was wondering why it feels like way more people are talking about Astolfo recently, and then I realized it's because of...
Yeah, I was wondering too, and I was just kind of like, they really did that with a character. Like they did the Mai, I guess. But no, it's not even a Mai. It's like worse than Mai.
Mai, like from
Blaze Blue.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like they straight up just made a trap. They made like a super trap.
Yeah, it's just a trap.
Yeah, that was the character.
It's like that one girl from ReZero.
Oh, Felt? No,
cat girl? Yeah, Felt. Well, it's not a cat girl.
No. Felt is the other girl. Felt is fuck, what is her name? It's his name. Fuck.
Yeah, what's his name? Like it's the exact same thing, pretty much.
Felix? Ferris.
It's Ferris.
No, it's
Felix.
Felix. It's
Felix.
Yeah.
Felix?
It's
okay,
the exact same thing. Ferris, Felix. Yeah. Or Rukako from Steins Gate, where they just make a girl character, but they're like, yeah, no, it's got.
Yeah, Rukako is pretty evil too. That one's pretty mean.
I was kind of like blown away with that.
Yeah, Rukako's is actually probably the best one because there's that timeline where he's actually a girl and it's kind of just the god. But then it's not the real timeline, so rip. Speaking of Astolfo and traps, did you see that 4chan thing with Astolfo's ass? Because it's actually really funny.
No.
So there's like some fan art that someone drew. Like some artist drew a picture of like Astolfo and like he's like lewd and he's got like his ass turned towards the camera basically, right? And like it was just posted somewhere and people were like talking about it. And then someone's like, I recognize this ass. And then it turns out that this actually, the drawing is literally like traced from a porn star's ass from like a porn star. It's pretty godlike. It's super godlike. It's actually the best. It's actually the best. It's so good. I was trying to find the show. Someone like I couldn't find the image anymore. Like got 404 or something, but yeah. So I don't know what's funnier. The fact that some dude actually like recognized some porn star's ass from a 2D drawing, or that someone made a 2D drawing of Astolfo by tracing over a real life porn star's ass shot. But both are incredible.
That's pretty great. Yeah, it's double whammy.
Yeah.
Double whammy.
Anyways, what else are you guys watching? I'm interested in hearing.
Gamers.
Yeah, watching Gamers.
So tell me about Gamers. I watched episode 1, I guess. I can also talk
episode
about
2 is really good.
Episode 2 is great.
Yeah. You should go watch episode 2.
Okay. I was really not feeling Gamers episode 1 personally.
Episode 1's kind of whack. Episode 2 is pretty great.
Yeah, episode 2, like the first half is kind of whack, or like it feels kind of whack, it kind of feels like episode 1, and then it gets 2 characters make it a lot better.
Yeah. Okay, so they're adding more characters. Okay.
Well, it's definitely not the 2 characters you think. I think. I don't know.
I see. Okay. Because like I don't know. For me, it just seems super fucking pandering and just like I don't know. The best thing about episode 1 was just that there's a girl in the back training mode in Guilty Gear for like 3 hours. It's...
on a CRT.
Yeah,
no,
that's I don't know.
The show's pretty funny. Like the show made me laugh like a scumbag probably like 5 times in episode 5. Like not like a hearty laugh like that was funny,
episode 5?
But just like or no, like 5 times it made me laugh.
Oh,
it made me
sorry,
laugh like a scumbag 5 times. Pretty much.
I was I don't know, I was crumpling my forehead and gouging my eyes out most of the time.
I don't know, the drama was kind of whack in episode 2, but they ended it on a high note, I guess.
Okay, I'll check out episode 2.
Yeah, just check out episode 2 and tell me what you think.
Yeah, they gave more depth to 2 of the characters.
To 2 of the characters, yeah.
Which really,
okay, that's cool.
Which really skyrocketed my
yeah, because if it was just going to be like, if it was just going to be about like revolving around the MC the whole time, I would have been like, yeah, the show's going to be whack. But it's definitely not going to be that way.
All right, I'll check it out for sure.
Hopefully, episode 2 isn't like a one-time thing.
Yeah. What else you guys watching this season?
Are you watching the anime about gambling?
I hella am. That shit's super good. I think that KAKEGURUI is the best thing that I've seen this season. I think it has a really strong premise. I think Al needs to watch it.
What?
KAKEGURUI.
What does it translate to?
It's not on Crunchyroll or anything. You have to you have to look it up and watch it yourself.
What was it?
Yeah. KAKEGURUI or like compulsive gambler, I think is the KAKEGURUI. Yeah.
Gurui.
Yeah. So I think KAKEGURUI is super good. Really solid episode 1. Like you can just watch the first episode and it's super fucking OD.
Whose subs should I get?
I don't know. I just get like Dead Fish, I guess. But yeah, so far this series has been the one series this season that I'm like pretty hooked on. It's got gambling. I fucking love gambling. It's got like awesome animation, really slick visual style to it. So yeah, the manga is really good. I don't read it, but I know people who've read it. So it's coming from really solid source material. It's got overall great presentation to it. It's basically like, so far it's like, yeah, it's like Kaiji, but everyone's a really hot girl. It's pretty great.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll download it.
Yeah, everything so far has just like seems like they put a lot of care into the series so far. So
okay,
so I'm digging it. I definitely recommend people watch it. This might be one of the best like gateway anime about gambling to get other people into this genre.
Huh. Wait, web rip?
You don't want the web rip.
I don't want the web rip.
Anyways, yeah. Super TLDR is just like about so far, at least from episode 1, is about a school which has people who are hella fucking rich and people gamble in it and they get really hype over gambling in the school. And they gamble with like kind of crazy kinds of gambling games. One of which you get introduced to in the first episode, and it's about this transfer student who shows up and seems like she is entering the school ready to rock the foundation of the school and all of its inhabitants with her amazing gambling skills or something. So yeah, it's if you like anything by Fukumoto, you'll definitely, like Akagi or Kaiju, you'll definitely be into this. It's got like an interesting, like sexualized style that really reminded me of Prison School a little bit as well.
Oh, okay.
Like the facial expressions.
Yeah,
like
just like the
close-ups when they make it all
stylistically, it
crazy.
really reminds me of Prison School. So art is great, visuals are great, pretty awesome. People commented on the soundtrack as well.
It's done by MAPPA.
Yeah, that's
Same people did Yuri on Ice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Someone had said that the opening is also quite good. Yeah, very, very, very solid. Found very little to complain about from this first episode, and I think it did a really good job of hooking you into what this series is about. So looking forward to seeing what else we have in store for this series. But yeah, if you haven't picked it up yet, this is definitely my single pick of the season thus far. But I haven't watched that much. So yeah, any other series you guys are picking up on?
Have any of you watched New Game from last season or not?
Oh
last season,
yeah,
seasons
that's
ago?
right. New game. Yeah.
Is there a new game or something?
Yeah, there's a
Season
new
2.
season.
Sick. I didn't watch it, but people seem to like New Game season 2 or season 1 and 2. What season are we on? 3?
That's season 2.
Season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? Please tell me it's called New Game Plus.
Sadly not.
It's not New Game.
They dropped the ball on that.
That's
they
so
did drop
whack.
the ball on that.
It should
Oh,
really
wait, was
be
it
called New Game Plus.
History?
How is it not called New Game Plus? Like, who's getting fired over not calling it New Game Plus?
Oh no, that's a OVA.
Contact someone at Doga Kobo.
New Game 12. Oh, there's 2 exclamation points now.
Oh, so original and
I
hip.
know.
I feel like
That's
a lot
so
of
much
them
better
have
than
done
my
that.
idea. So New Game season 2, it's a thing, I guess. It's a good thing.
Yeah, so season 1 was more like cute girls doing cute things with game development somewhere in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But season 2 actually
Might
goes
be more about game development.
Yeah, a little bit more. It goes through like the troubles of like the characters instead of just them just doing cute things. Kind of think Shirobako in a sense.
Sure. Okay.
Like where the MC is challenged with a task to match her idol. One of her peers thinks that it's useless to try and challenge a superior, and she sort of gets like this mental thought that she's not working as hard as the peer, like as her kohai. So it's one of those things where it's really starting to get more, I don't know the word for it.
Cool. Sounds good. I probably won't be watching it, but I'll be.
Yeah, it's a lot better than season 1 at the very least. Like season 1 was more cute. This one's more going a little deeper.
Sounds good. What else do we have on our plates this season? There's
Token Rambu.
Is that the season?
Yeah, it's Ufotable or whatever.
Oh shit! I have to watch this anime.
Katsugeki Token Rambu.
It's basically the phone game, right?
So I don't know anything about the series, but it's about I guess this group of people that try and defend the past.
What?
Like time traveling sort of.
Time traveling, like so there's like I guess people that try and change the past to obviously, manipulate the future, like the outcome. So there's this group of warriors that go back in time to defend it, I guess. From watching the show, I have a really, really sick idea for a game, but like, I don't know. Time travel's kind of whatever.
Is this the same anime that is? Is this also? It's Sword Boys, right?
Yeah, it is Sword Boys.
Okay,
yes.
I didn't know that the plot involved time travel. That's kind of crazy.
It's pretty good. Like they could do a lot of stuff with it to make it interesting, but we'll see what happens.
Really?
Yeah, I only watched episode 1, but it felt like it had potential. But I want to see more. I want to see more people blow up about it before.
Yeah, they're humanoid weapons. That's a good. Yeah, that's right. They're humanoid weapons. Gay Sword Boys. Are they gay though?
I mean, it's what you want them to be. If you want them to be gay, I think they're gay. Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll keep my eyes on that. I'll have to watch that. What else we got? There's have any of you guys actually watched Ballroom at Yokuso yet? Welcome to the Ballroom.
No.
Okay, I haven't either.
Is it good?
I was.
Oh.
Wait, did
I
you
was
watch
about
it,
to say, I
KIREI?
feel that's like a show that you would get into like real fast, Brett, because it's about something weird.
No, I hear it's good. I just haven't watched it. What were you saying, KIREI? Sorry.
I have not watched it.
You have not watched it. Okay, so none of us have watched the series, so we're gonna skip on this. But supposedly this is a good watch. I'm looking forward to it. Supposedly, apparently, it was actually streamed on Twitch, which was pretty cool. I don't know if they're continuing to do that, but yeah. Okay. Well, moving on. Anything else? Other titles?
I watched the first episode of Clean Freak.
Iona?
Clean Freak. Yeah. So it's about a soccer player that doesn't like to get dirty, who has like OCD, pretty much.
Like germophobia?
Yeah, germophobia, but he's a soccer player, so how the hell do you do that? And pretty much he's so godlike. He like doesn't touch people when he's playing.
Wow.
And he like, I guess in the last episode, like it started raining in the last 5 minutes, and for a while he like wasn't running around, so he wouldn't get dirty. But then he like scores the game winning goal, I think.
Yeah, he has like a power down when he gets dirty, like in game.
Yeah.
Because like of his germophobia, but like during the last 5 minutes, he just doesn't care because he cares. He doesn't want to get dirty, but he doesn't want to lose at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely not watching it, but it was funny for like an episode, I guess.
It's like the comedy show of the season.
Yeah, it's definitely a comedy show.
Like some sites listed as sports, but not really.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to watch any more of it.
It's nice to watch on my downtime.
I watched the first episode of A Centaur's Life. That felt a little weird.
A what?
A Centaur's Life? Kind of like
Centaur's Life.
I guess you can think of it like Demi-chan, but like a centaur.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost doing what Demi-chan did. Slightly different.
But with centaurs.
Or just
a centaur is a horse person.
Yeah, but so this is okay.
So
okay.
The MC is a centaur, and there are other like mythical animals as her friends.
Okay.
I only watched the first episode, so obviously it's like a centaur slice of life show. I think they're in middle school. Yeah, I think they're in middle school.
I think they're in high school.
Are they in high school?
According to Synopsis, yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You can never really tell in anime.
Would you recommend?
I don't know yet. Oh, when's Aho Girl? Yeah, I guess Aho Girl is.
I didn't get a chance to watch Aho Girl, but I'll have to watch a little bit of it.
Check it out. It's kind of ridiculous.
Aho Girl and can't really pronounce it, like Shorzuri Children. It's like the 2 shorts that air today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Suzerain Children is like a collection of different relationships, and they kind of have like weird situations between them, like in development.
Wait, what's the series called?
Suzerain Children.
Tsurezure?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look this up.
Yeah, it's only like
Children.
12. Yeah, it's like 12 minutes per episode. It's just like shorts.
You okay, Alan? Your stick's...
Yeah.
Oh, Alan. Oh, your stick. I mean, your mic. Your mic.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, never mind. You're good now.
I muted myself.
Didn't sound muted to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I had to tell Alexa to wake me up at 5:15. So.
Word. Yeah. So Tsurezure Children, you said.
Yeah, it's like it's a collection of different like type of couples, I guess, or soon to be couples, and it's just like stories showing I guess like the development of each type of couple, I guess, like each type of like boy trying to get with a certain type of girl and like how it develops. There's a lot of humor into it, really funny. I'd probably recommend it over Ayoma-kun as far as comedies go this season.
And you said it's web shorts, right?
Yeah, it's like 12 minutes.
Okay, that's cool. I will have to check that out.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you only waste like 12 minutes.
People are talking about Made in Abyss. Did any of you guys watch it?
Yes, I watched it.
All right, tell me about Made in Abyss because I have no idea.
Okay, so Made in Abyss is like kind of like a magical world. There's like a giant hole that has an unknown depth to it, so you can travel down as far as you can, kind of like discover what's down there. And so in the first episode, the character finds like this robot, and the robot has the appearance of like a boy, but he doesn't know that he doesn't know what he is. So the robot, how do I describe it? It's kind of like discovering himself, and the girl's getting hyped that she can go down more depths with this robot boy. It's kind of like a magical show.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird way for me to describe it, but it's one of those things that you probably have to watch to appreciate.
How would you describe like the tone of the series?
Magical, lighthearted.
Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this or to figure out what it's about. It sounds unique.
It's a good show.
What else is there? Alan, anything from you?
No, that's all I was able to really check out this season. I haven't
checked out like anything, so it's all you guys.
I mean, I still have like the first episodes of like a lot of stuff, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to like even watching the first episodes.
Unless somebody... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Unless somebody else like recommends it in chat or something, like there's obviously will like.
Yeah, I watched Isekai Shokudo, which seemed pretty good from episode 1. It's just another cooking anime this year.
Did you only watch episode 1, or?
Yeah, I only watched episode 1, so maybe I watched 2. I don't remember, but I'm gonna have to watch more later.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of, I guess, backstory of like other people that visit his restaurant and like their stories and their journeys to the restaurant. So far.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I watched 1 and I thought 1 was really good. So looking forward to seeing more of that, I suppose. Yeah.
Episode 1, they kind of introduced like the blonde-haired girl on the posters and the promotional material.
Yeah.
The next episodes don't really do much of her yet.
Right.
But I feel like they will eventually. I think they're just trying to build up the restaurant and its history a bit more.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it's still definitely kind of like trying to feel out what this series is actually going to necessarily be about, but sounds like a fun watch.
Yeah, it's a fun watch.
Anything else from you guys before maybe we just do a bit of Q&A?
No,
we talked actually about a lot of shit.
I have one more.
Go for it.
Before going, Koi to Uso.
All right. What is that about?
It's a romance drama this season. It's basically a world that has a system where you're basically assigned like a partner for your future. It can happen at any point after like a certain age, and a boy and a girl have feelings for each other despite the system.
And this sounds like fucking dude. Oh my god! There's a reality show where this is the fucking what is this fucking reality show called? How stupid. Fuck! I'm mad that I don't know it because it's so dumb. Sorry, keep going. I'll think of it.
Yeah, it's basically a boy and a girl who have feelings for each other, but the boy later gets assigned like his partner, so it gets kind of a little awkward with her. So he meets his partner, and the partner's more interested in his relationship with the girl than she is of the fact that they're assigned.
Right.
And from there, drama ensues. I won't really go far into it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically the premise of the show, is that it's a world where they're assigned and they're trying to make their romance work.
Why is this system in place? It sounds like a pretty dumb system.
I think the system is in place because for science reasons show that they can assign partners based on like, I guess, blood, like their genes, and then they can match you with your perfect partner. And while they may not be your perfect partner right this minute, you will grow up to be the perfect partner for each other, according to anime science.
Okay.
And that's the world that they live in.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting show. I wouldn't knock not watching it.
I just really want to know the name of this stupid reality show. I can't think of it. It's so stupid. Someone help me in chat. It's some dumb show where it's like 10 couples, like 10 girls and 10 guys that live in this house, and like the producers have picked out these people so that they're all supposed to be having their ultimate like couple perfect match in the house, and then the whole deal is that they're supposed to like find if everyone can pair up perfectly with their chosen couple partner, then they like get like $1 million or something. It's hella stupid, but it's like literally it's fucking anime because it's got the same stupid drama where people fall in love with other people, even though no, it's not the real world.
The real world.
It's not the real world. There's like stars that light up too. It's dumb. Anyways, whatever. It's not important. I'm just sad that I lost the opportunity to make a funny joke. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Are you the one? Is that what it's called?
Is that what it's called?
Unless the person in chat's actually asking me, "Are you the one?" No, I think this is "Are you the one?" It's an American reality TV series on MTV. It follows 20 people who are living together in a tropical destination to find their perfect match. The definition of a perfect match is not known or published. If the 10 men and women are able to correctly choose all 10 perfect matches in 10 weeks, they will win 1 million split amongst them.
That sounds super whack.
It's pretty fucking hard because what happens is like at the end of every episode, they try and pair up, and then like the game tells them how many couples are right, but not who they are.
Oh,
that sounds so whack.
That's so stupid. So then they're almost like It's like, do they talk about who's forced to break up then? Like, is that the drama?
Yeah. And then
That's
so then if you at the end of any episode, you get to choose one couple that's like the lock-in couple.
Uh-huh.
And then if they lock in and they're right, then they're just good. They fucking leave the island, or they get to go to like this like fucking vacation house and fucking party for the rest of the fucking season, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
And just sit there and make babies and do whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's I've only watched this once because I just like fucking walked into like my sister watching this like in the dining room, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And I was just pretty mesmerized by how salty everyone is in the series. It's pretty good. Oh wow. Okay, on Wikipedia it actually tells you. So there's 5 seasons, and the first 4 seasons they did find all the perfect matches.
Really?
And the 5th season they did not. So season 5 they got blown the fuck up. But this sounds pretty fucking funny. Anyways, not to yeah, I guess that's a pretty stupid spoiler, but whatever. Now never gonna watch season 1 through 4. But yeah.
You can watch season 5 for the blow up though.
Say what?
You can watch season 5 for the blow up though.
Yeah, for the blow ups, man. But yeah, sorry, I'm brain farting. I guess we're done with seasons or series of anime this season. We'll have to report in next week. So
yeah, like I watched a lot of other shows, but then it would just be me talking for a couple minutes, and I don't want that.
Well, let's go ahead and answer some questions. For those of you guys in chat, you can feel free to fire us away. We're just gonna shoot the shit for a little bit and then wrap up for the week. But here's some feel free to just give us some interesting topics to just talk about, because I think anime is a pretty broad subject, and there's lots of like stuff that I'd like to hear other people's opinions about. But someone says, any of you guys are going to check out the Twitch X Crunchyroll anime stream?
Probably not.
No.
That's something that I'm kind of interested in from a like I guess from the standpoint of like, is this a viable business plan? Because basically, like, I know someone who's a part of this involvement, and yeah, the question is basically like, okay, they're trying to like put anime on Twitch, right?
Right.
So this is like more of a marketing thing for Crunchyroll, right?
Well, is it? Like, I mean, this is probably expensive, right? I mean, they probably have to pay licensors money. So like, I guess the question is like, what is in it for Twitch? Like, what does Twitch get out of this?
Money would be my guess.
Do they get money?
Yeah, I think it would be like they're paying to have their shows on the service, would be my guess.
I imagine Twitch's goals would be to get like another demographic.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think like anime and gaming is pretty
they go hand in hand already.
They overlap pretty good already.
Yes, I don't know.
So, do you think this is a good business plan for Crunchyroll?
I guess we'll find out.
Well, I'm just talking out loud, right? I don't really have I don't have an agenda.
I think it depends on what shows they choose, and I think they did reveal the shows they chose.
They did.
Actually, let's look at it.
Yeah, so we can look at it right here. So,
here we go. Crunchyroll.
Mob Psycho, Maid Dragon.
That's good. Okay.
Bungo Stray Dogs.
No.
UFO season 1.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yuri on Ice.
Oh, people are gonna go nuts.
Are these the first episodes? What is this? This must
no.
be...
This is like they marathon the whole the whole season.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see the time differences now.
Space Patrol Luluko. And Happy. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what that is.
Fucking Yojo Senki.
Yeah, that's pretty godlike.
Joker game.
Let's go.
Real Life.
Real Life, I think, is good for this. They're actually doing Kimono Friends.
Yeah, they're doing Kimono Friends.
Wow.
Roka, which I kind of want to stream and talk about it because it's like just a blow up. Yeah. Like, I hella want to go in the chat when Roka's being streamed and like, dude, I hate those people. I want to be one of those trolls who just like posts the spoilers and just like fucks with people in the chat because like the show deserves
they might. Well, no, if they muted chat, then what's the point?
Did they mute chat?
Keep chat going.
Do they mute chat in there?
That's bullshit. There's no way they mute.
I think the whole point is that like you get to talk to random people while watching it.
There's no way they would mute the chat. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no way they'd mute the chat. New game, Gabriel drop out.
I'm looking at like this blog on the Twitch website, and it's like we'll bring the emotes. Like Crunchyroll has like new emotes specifically for this. So I imagine the chat's still going to be open.
Yeah.
Unless it's like subscribe. I think the only scenario I can think of is like a subscriber only can chat in it.
Yeah.
What is this? Okay, Oji-san Marshmallow. That's a short one. Loser's Hand to Mouth Life. Phantasmagoric Arc. What the fuck?
Yeah, ironically, the temple is the best part of Roka. Yeah, I kind of want to tune in for the temple. It's pretty good. Like, it's pretty awful.
I don't know what these shows are. Oh, they're doing a Cossack Records. They're actually showing free. Wait, they're doing Mob Psycho twice?
And Maid Dragon and Yuri on Ice.
So they're just starting over. Okay.
This is pretty crazy. Are we allowed to restream these? Because
you should be able to host. Yeah, you can definitely host.
Well, not host, but like, restream.
Oh, that would be a good question, actually.
Because that's pretty important. Because if I can, I haven't finished watching some of this shit, but if I can just stream it on Twitch, that's sick. Like I'd watch like Kimono Friends. I haven't actually watched that. I could just marathon it and stream it. They let you restream Ballroom, but you can't archive. Yeah.
Next. Why are you repeating the first couple anime at the end? There's nothing in the post on Crunchyroll about it.
Yeah.
You probably have to ask Twitch.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that's a thing. So to answer the question, what was the question?
Are we gonna watch? I guess the answer is maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably tune in just to see what's up.
Yeah. If the chat's absolutely nuts, I'll probably. It's like, nah.
A lot of shonen shows. I guess here's the question: a lot of shonen shows have teenage main characters. Does that make you feel more disconnected to them as you get older, or does it not matter the age?
It depends what type of show. Honestly.
It depends. I don't really like I don't really do that much of the connecting with the main character business that often.
I never really have in shonens. I kind of like watch their journey and watch them grow, kind of thing. I never really like thought about relating to them or anything.
I would say for me personally, it's like I connect more to themes rather than people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's always the case, though. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It really depends on the show, but it can't. Yes, sometimes that does come into play.
Like so yeah, I would say it does come into play. But I don't know if its age is so much as just like mentality, which is basically just like about their portrayal, right? Pretty tough. I don't know. Yeah, it depends. Is like the easy question, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's preloaded. All right, here's another question. How do you feel about isekai shows? So he means like alternate universe or whatever. Are there too many of them? Do you dislike more of them than you like? If so, what do you think is wrong with the ones you dislike? So this is shit like Grimgar, ReZero, etc., etc., etc. Sword Art Online, I suppose. That kind of shit. Gate. Are there too many of them? And how do we feel? And do we dislike more of them than we like? And what do we dislike about the ones we dislike?
So alternate reality. What's an alternate reality show?
So it's just any show where the character gets put into a different world.
Oh,
like Konosuba, ReZero.
It's any of that.
No Game,
shit.
No Life.
Yeah.
Grimgar.
I think that they're okay. I don't think that the genre itself is bad. I think it is overloaded, though. I mean, that's just the truth. Like, yeah, basically, there's more of it than there probably would naturally occur simply because it's a fad net right now. But I mean, there's a reason why they're popular. I mean, it's like a trope that's really easy to satisfy a lot of like your self-insert fantasies, and it makes for interesting situations. So I don't necessarily think that it's bad by itself. I think it's okay. Do you dislike more of them than you like? I don't think so. I think that most of them I'm at the very least okay with. I don't think there are very many of them that I straight up disliked. That I can think of. But maybe there's a lot that we haven't watched, honestly.
Yeah, we probably dropped them early and then forget they ever existed.
But like bad anime is like bad anime. It's like there's also a bajillion Magic School series.
Oh my god!
I think that's like the worst genre than isekai.
Wasn't there that one season where we couldn't tell one show from the other? They were they were like exactly the same.
It was like Rakudai and I forgot the name of the other show.
Asterix Wars.
Yeah.
And there was a third one too.
Was exactly the same.
Yeah. Like they were. It's actually funny. They're so similar that I actually was listening to someone talk about Asterix Wars and complaining about it, and I actually thought he was talking about Rakudai like the whole time. I had to like go in my car and like come back and then realize, oh shit, that's not Rakudai. I had just assumed that Asterix Wars was a shitty subtitled English name of Rakudai for a second, and then been like, wait,
did you ever go back and watch Mahoka?
No, not yet. It's on my list.
Damn, Brett. If this season ends up being like super whack, that's your show, man. That's all you need.
People in the chat are talking about how Dengeki's novel contest bans isekai genre from their novel contests.
That's crazy.
I think it's funny. But I think that's because they're like, it's like Shonen Jump, where it's not just about like finding good writing. It's about like making your magazine product or whatever the fuck good, right? Which involves having some amount of diversity. So it's like, even if for some reason the best writers in manga and Shonen Jump all wanted to make sports anime, they wouldn't do it. Or sorry, sports manga, like they wouldn't accept them all, even if they were all amazing. Right? So I actually don't have a problem with both. I think they can coexist. Like I think the genre can be fine and the genre can be undesired as well by publishers, because we're interested in different things. Like I'm interested in just watching or reading good stuff. I don't actually really care what it's about, right? They're interested in having a product that sells the most, which might not necessarily be as good to have just one thing of that fucking genre for everything, right? So Yeah, there's two. So to answer the question, how do we feel? I think I don't personally have a problem with it. I think it can be interesting. But
sounds like
there's
they
too
build
many.
the world right.
Say what?
I'm okay with it. Sounds like they build the world right and like.
Yeah, I mean, like I think
it's fine.
It's a cool thought experiment. There's a lot of like ways to be unique when doing that, and I think that's maybe part of the popularity of it. Is it's like you don't necessarily have to be an amazing writer to like come up with a universe that's somewhat interesting and like explore stuff. And I think also because you can just basically fill it with tropes so that you don't actually have to write them yourself. So in some sense, it's kind of like lazy writing, I guess, right? Like, I mean, it's a very easy formula to have an interesting thing out of it rather than like, having something that's completely original or basing it in real life and like having to figure out what makes it unique and takes it apart. You have access to kind of this formula that lets you, make something that's probably going to be somewhat original. Although I think that the amount of series that are like basically a video game is kind of like, that's, because it's like, it's both just like kind of regurgitating tropes as well as just like, well, there's like a billion different things you can do just from that stupid concept, right? It's like, oh, let's make an isekai series where it's actually like a FPS universe or something stupid like that, right? Like you can basically do whatever the fuck you want, as seen from like Yojo Senki, right? Yojo Senki is isekai in some weird magical World War II universe, right? But I don't necessarily think that the genre itself is bad because of that. I thought it was pretty interesting. Like Yojo Senki, I didn't finish it, but like it certainly, if I were to criticize anything about it, it really wouldn't be the genre itself.
Yeah.
Is Recreators a reverse isekai? I guess we can call it that, sure. And I think it's not a genre that's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you want to call that a genre, I guess you could call it that. And I guess there's actually a lot of things in quote unquote reverse isekai. Like, I suppose Demi-chan is reverse isekai in some sense. Like, I don't know if you want to classify it as like the things have to be from a different universe and come into this universe. Then technically, like, that's not Demi-chan because, Demi-chan's like they're in that universe. Same with Momusu. But it is sort of similar in the sense that like you're aggregating generic troped things already and then you're recontextualizing it. I just think that that's an example of an easy pattern that has become a popular genre because it is easy. You get, again, it's basically about recontextualizing already known tropes that are accepted. And it's not really any different really than just mix mashing combinations of things to get some different genre, quote unquote, or different thing. Anytime we describe an anime as being X meets Y, that's actually basically the same idea as what isekai are doing. It's just that this is kind of like follows a pattern that's, I guess, accepted. And, yeah. So I don't think it's a problem because in the really big scope of things, that's kind of what creating things is about anyways. It's really about like mixing and mashing mediums and content.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I obviously like if we're going to get into the nitty gritty, yeah, it's like a lot of them are really similar and that's a problem, but I won't really say that's a problem with the genre. That's like a problem with the writers. Like, cause I mean, you can take it's a genre itself. I mean, we could just talk about genres, right? Like big genres are the same kind of thing, like the genre themselves, I think, aren't a problem. The problem is when, shitty stuff is constantly flowing up because of it. And I don't necessarily think that's the problem yet with isekai, but we'll have to see. Maybe it will. Maybe, I mean, yeah, we get a couple junky things, but like we get a couple junky things from like everything, right? Like if we're going to quote unquote talk about like, let's say cute girls doing cute things, the genre, right? That's also a quote. It's about as you could talk about basically the same light as isekai, right?
Yeah.
And there's some bad shit from that too, but like I don't think anyone's really. I mean, so in the similar light, I think there are people that hate on the entire concept of cute girls doing cute things in the same way that I'm sure people hate on isekai, right? But I don't know. To me, it's whatever. It's more about people writing well or writing bad. But that's a pretty good question. I don't know if I just talked for like 5 minutes straight, but I don't know if KIREI or Alan has anything to touch on with this subject.
I mean, it just goes back to like I think any genre is good if you do it right, if you make it interesting. But if it's just not like engaging, then of course you're not gonna like the show. Like they have to make it entertaining. Like some people will watch the same show like twice, like a cookie cutter, you know. Like I bet some people did watch both Asterisk War and what was the other one?
Rockudai.
Rockudai. I bet they watched both and they were like, "Man, this is great. I love this." But we're just like, dude, like we're not feeling this. Like I feel like I've watched this type of show like 1,000 times by now, so it's just kind of like worn out. But some people love it. It's their thing.
Right. Yeah.
Me personally, they just got to do it right. They got to make it interesting. I'm trying to think of like a genre that I don't like, but a show did it well, so I ended up watching it. But I don't think there's a genre that I just write off altogether. Maybe shonen. Do I write off shonen? Just
I mean, I write off. I don't watch a lot of cute girls doing cute things personally, but you know, I watch Kinero Mosaic and that shit's like the fucking god. But that I don't think that has to do with me disliking a genre so much so as like me knowing what my strike zone is. Like, I mean, so yeah.
Were there any other questions?
Who is the best undernight girl? Unist girls only. The best new one. So I think it's between. I think who is the best girl between Phonon, Mika, Wagner? I guess.
Yeah, I think those are only 3 new ones.
Yeah, so I vote Wagner. Phonon's pretty good too, I guess. I don't know. Not Mika though. Fuck that noise.
I vote Wagner, but I'm playing Phonon. If that makes sense.
Alan?
I have not touched the game. So I'll probably just go Phonon for now.
Sure. That's yeah. Has there ever been a show that you really liked but was ruined because of season 2 or later seasons? Yes. Origairu.
I think maybe ReZero. Well, no, that's different. That's the show just sucking partway through. not a different like a second season that you were just like no.
I know a lot of people will say see Destiny, but you know,
Aldnoah Zero.
Aldnoah.
Yes, I could definitely see some people definitely.
Yeah, Aldnoah Zero was super whack. I don't know. Aldnoah 1 was kind of whack too, so I don't really know. It kind of blends together for me. Yeah, but a lot of Gundam in general, like Gundam Buildfire Season 2, man. Fuck that noise. Gundam Buildfire Season 2 was super fucking bad. I'm just gonna say it, like, fuck that. Season 1 is great. Season 2 is so bad. Ugh. Psychopaths.
Oh yeah, Psychopaths.
Oh, yep. I actually didn't watch the second season.
To be fair, okay, hold on. The original question is asking if the show was ruined itself because of season 2. So Psychopath season 2 did not ruin Psychopaths for me.
No.
But Psychopath season 2 is abysmal.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, like, I think at the time I watched it, I was like, it's okay. And like, I'm still like, I mean, yeah, it has some things. Like it's a thing. I got through it. It was enjoyable, sort of. But man, like if you watch season 1 and then you watch season 2, holy fuck!
Yeah. What I don't like is that I'm gonna tell people to watch season 1 of Psychopaths, and then I want to recommend a movie too. But it's like you have to go through season. You kind of have to go through season 2 first before you watch the movie, in my opinion. So it's like, just make it through season 2 and then watch the movie.
Yeah.
Like one of the things I don't want to recommend it, or I don't want to tell them to watch it, but it's like it's kind of a necessary evil.
Yeah. I think Al Noah was the best example from what we were talking about, and my order guy as far as like a really affecting your overall impression of the series as a whole because of its second season. There's certainly series where we didn't really like the second season, but usually I think we do a pretty good job of like kind of thinking of them as separate entities. Code Geass season 2, I loved Code Geass season 2.
I didn't think Code Geass season 2 was bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed Code Geass season 2. I know people like to call it a train wreck or whatever, but I mean, it had some escalation and it had some silly moments, but it's all the same shit. Fuck. I do know one. This is probably the one for me. Chunibyo. Chunibyo demo koi ga shitai. Season 2 was so bad I couldn't even finish it, and like I lost all my interest in the series because of it.
I can see that. I didn't like it completely turn off, but I was kind of like it wasn't the same as season 1.
Yeah, like I had like season 1 was so great and it had so many things, and then like season 2 just like completely changes everything. I was pretty sad. I like couldn't actually finish the series because of it. It's pretty saddening to me. But yeah, I mean nowadays, honestly, there's so few season 2 series that get multiple seasons anyways nowadays that it's like kind of hard to even think about that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a thing. It is a thing. But yeah, I mean, Oregairu is definitely the one for me. Yeah, I can't think about the series without being mad about it. And season 2. Okay. So that's a pretty interesting question. At what point of Fujo bait does a show have to be before you can't watch it anymore, or are you secretly Kappa Pride?
Oh, Fujo bait! I definitely
I'll watch any Fujo bait as long as it's good.
I definitely watched the first episode of that convenience store boyfriend show. Like I will watch the first episode of those shows.
Yeah, I watched all Free. Free is the god.
Oh my god, I watched the first season. I never touched the second season.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Free.
You should feel bad.
Free is great. Free was fucking hilarious. Did you watch the last episode of Free, Alan? It's amazing. Like the dude goes in the zone and he starts like hallucinating. He's like swimming with water animals in the lane. It's amazing. It's super amazing. He's in like the swimming zone. It's so good. I was like, what is going on now? Like, how important do you think the OPED matters when you watch a show?
It doesn't matter a lot, if at all. I mean, if the show's good, the show's good. But it's nice when the OP and ED are good.
It matters when they're hella good and they insert them at the right times.
True, yes.
But that's kind of a rarity. So I think in the long run, it doesn't matter that much. I think the ED I tend to get more out of because a lot of shows like to just kind of like play the ED through the ending nowadays. So Like for example, like this is not even the most memorable, or I mean, this is just an arbitrary one because this is the first thing that came to my head was like Hanasaku Iroha. Yeah, like when they start up the ending at the end of every episode, it's always really good. I always like that. Another good one that I can think of is like what's that show that fucking fizzled out last season? Fucking, fuck that show. Kuzuno Honkai. Kuzuno Honkai was always super solid about playing the fucking ending towards the end. That shit was good. Because they always did some scummy shit at the end. They start playing the ending, and you're just like, ah.
You're right.
So those I love. I love when they do that kind of thing well. It's always like, it's part of the experience of watching like weekly something, right? Yeah, weekly anime as opposed to like batch and skip everything. Let's see. Which of you are gonna roll on a mobile game in the near future? Not me.
Mobile game, the devil.
Yeah. Okay. Last couple questions. Unrelated, but how was the KIREI and other concerts at AX?
Amazing.
Alan didn't go, but KIREI went, and I went, and it was amazing. It was amazing. If you are on the fence, you should definitely always go to Anime Expo now. Like these concerts are fucking sick. I want to just release a video on YouTube, like a vlog, just about talking about Anime Expo. But just my quick TLDR is that it was amazing. KIREI was like the best fucking shit of that fucking concert. And overall, I was just really happy to like be live and experiencing being in an area where like everyone is just really, really enthusiastic about being a fan of something in a non-toxic way. I think that nowadays it's actually really hard to be in a place where there are people who are all like positive and in a fandom without creating drama or conflict. Like it's, so it was because it's just a concert. There's no interaction, right? There's like no real, like, we're not really interacting with other audience members. It's just like we're all enjoying it together. So yeah. It was like, because to speak concretely, it's like everyone, especially at the first concert, the Idol concert, like everyone was really good about like learning the calls for their particular groups that they were interested in, and like people brought out like all of the pen lights, and like the overall like coordination of the audience was really, really on point. Like I was very impressed actually by how on point people were compared to last year. Last year's concert, everyone kind of like did whatever, and it was pretty like low key. And I think that a lot of people from last year were like, we need to fucking step our shit up for next year. And then, this year, obviously the guests were like really big. And it also encouraged that kind of effort. And so I was very pleasantly surprised by how on point everyone was. And it was just really nice to just be there and experience that, and like see everyone just be like really hardcore into their fandoms and just like show their enthusiasm through that, like that they put in the work and that everyone was being really on point. I was like, that's really awesome. And yeah, like there are like people are passing out call books, but I don't even really feel like that was a big impact, because I don't even know if you can look at a call book like the day of and actually know the calls. Yeah, that's crazy.
Definitely not. That's
definitely like not really possible. Like I think just everyone was just really on point. Dude, they did their homework basically. So I was like, wow, like people were on it. People, that's really nice. I definitely, that was like kind of a first for me. So I was just really happy to, even for, like stuff like, I'm not into idols at all, but I just thought it was really cool to be able to watch everyone who is share that experience and be really positive. Because again, I just think it's like hard to get that kind of thing outside of something like a concert nowadays. Like you can't really get that. You know, if you try and talk about idols on something like Twitter or just have discussions, there's always going to be, you know, strands of dissonance and negativity, and that just doesn't exist here, which was really awesome. There was no competition. It's not about who's more hardcore, who's more in the know, who, you know, it's not about that at all. It was really like a positive community experience for me, which was really nice. And Walkure was godlike, and Juna's amazing, and Angela was amazing. Confirming my belief that fucking, what are they called? Ollie Project is the wackest fucking shit ever, though. But yeah,
they all sound alike.
Dude, that shit was so whack. Ollie Project is so whack.
I'm glad that Wug got the good exposure that they did.
Yeah. I was very impressed by Wug, actually. Like, as somebody who does not really care that much about idol stuff, I was like, wow, this music is actually like real music. These are like real music that they're doing. That's pretty cool. I was like, I don't know what they're doing with all this weird dancing shit, but I guess that's kind of cool. Also, the Idol Masters reading the anime scenes was super cringy. That was awful.
Oh, really?
That really like broke the pace.
Yeah, so like they started off with Cinderella Idol Masters, Cinderella Girls, and like they like did like one or two songs, and then they did like an introduction of all the members, which is cool, and everyone's like, yeah. And then like after that, they're like, okay, we're gonna like voice some of the scenes from the anime together. And it was like, it's all in Japanese. The whole thing was in Japanese. Like they were all talking Japanese, and it's like, just like,
oh yeah,
it's pretty great and cringy. It's like there's like, who? Oh, you guys all know Japanese, and like the audience like, yeah, like, yeah. So that was really bad. Like they need to stop fucking doing that shit. Honestly, I mean, like I don't mind it, and maybe if you're a Cinderella Girls fan, you'd get kind of hype over it. But like, as far as like a multi-guest concert goes, like they opened with a bang, which was great. But I just had wished they had like kept the pace a bit. And then they moved into, it was Wake Up Girls after that, right?
Yeah, Wake Up Girls and KIREI, and then it ended with a chorus.
Yeah. So overall, it was great. It's definitely just something that you guys should go to if you guys have never been to AX before. I think that this era is a really good era as a fan to go to. It feels like there was another great era around 10 years ago, around like 2006, 2005. That was also a really great era for Anime Expo. And then I feel like it kind of started going downhill from around 2008 until very recently. Like I think like last year was the first year where it was like the fucking god. The year before, like 2015 and 2008, 2015 were all pretty whatever. I guess like Fate people were there in 2015, but this new Anime Matsuri thing is really cool, and it's profitable, I think, for Anime Expo. Like, so it's good for both of us, basically. Like, as fans, it's good for us. We're getting like a new experience that is actually really memorable. It's something actually worth going to. And Anime Expo has like the industry support to be able to do this kind of stuff, and I think it does generate good publicity for them. So I don't foresee them stopping this. Like, I think that these have been huge successes for them. So I think it's great. I think that it is. So I did not expect this kind of thing. Thought it was just going to kind of be the same old, where they bring like maybe like one music guest or whatever. It's always just been kind of low key, but this stuff that they've been doing is super awesome. Makes me want to go like every year, especially now that it's 2 years in a row. Like, the last year I thought was amazing, and I was like really skeptical about like, are they gonna be able to do something again? Like, last year was crazy. How are they gonna one up this? And they were actually able to one up it, or at least be at the same standard. Like, bringing Akuras and Idolmaster and Wug and all these other people and Valkyrie, like, that's pretty big feat. I think everyone was pretty pleased about that. I don't know if KIREI wants us to follow up and say anything about it, because I know you were there too.
Yeah, I was definitely pleased. Like, the first concert day was definitely like paradise for like any idol fan.
Yeah. Fucking Travis was like, "This was the best day of my life. I wanted to cry multiple times." Like, it's because it's a really big deal, I think, for anyone who's an idol fan. So, that's the kind of experience that you remember for a long time, and it's definitely something you can't really get. It's pretty invaluable. So, I encourage people who are thinking about what things to go out to. I do think Anime Expo. As long as you're interested in any of the concert stuff, it's like godlike now, easily. I don't even know how much fucking money I spent on these concert tickets, but it doesn't really fucking matter. Not? If you're not, I think that it's kind of whack still.
Okay, because that's my question. Because I don't listen to idol music.
I think that. Well, I mean, I don't really either, but I still enjoyed it. But I mean, if you're not into music in general, I think that this year they started doing some stuff with fighting game stuff where the Axis booth had a lot of setups for like all of their games.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was like an easy place for all of us to go to rather than kind of like going to the game room, which is across the hall from the dealers, and like, which was A, a pain in the ass, B, people had to bring their own shit and you had to deal with all kinds of stuff. And like, while the space was not as big as the gaming room area, it is nice that it's like a central focus point. So like, I mean, I was just there playing like Uni and people were playing Guilty Gear, people were playing BB, people were just playing all this kind of shit like all weekend long, which was pretty great. So
it was great. Like by the Axis booth, it was like diagonal from like the Bandai Namco booth. So it's like if you're like with one of your friends, you're like, hey, want to get in line, try out Dragon Ball quickly? It's like easy access right there.
Yeah. I think as a fighting gamer, the industry people are kind of like getting more on point with this kind of stuff and trying to create nice hubs for the community at their booth, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so it was fun and chill. It was really crowded though. Like, I know people probably heard about the first day where I guess they like hit their cap or something, and so there was like a line that lasted like 7 hours just to get inside, apparently.
Yeah, day one it was like people who didn't pre-reg and they're just trying to get like the day pass or like the weekend pass.
Yeah.
They had to wait like a super long line because their process was super slow for that kind of thing. And I think also during the weekend people were having trouble just getting in because there weren't as many entrances open.
Well, I know like after the first day, like after that huge fiasco where the line literally went into the residential district, like after that day, it seemed fine. Like people were just going in and out. And it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. Also, day one was on a Saturday, which is like the biggest day.
I don't know if it was. I think that there was some fucked up thing. Like, I don't know what exactly happened, but it was actually really bad. And I'm sure that they're just trying to brush it under. But I think because of that, next year they're doing the thing where they're actually mailing everyone's badges out.
Yep.
So I had heard that they actually hit the cap for just inside.
Wow.
So I think that's the problem. Like they had hit over 100,000, like, yeah.
Holy shit.
And someone was saying last year was my first AX, actually. It was so crowded around noon that I never got into a single panel. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't go to panels, but I can imagine that it's kind of ridiculous. I've heard that sentiment voiced by a lot of people that doing like normal con activities is actually a blow up now. Like,
that sucks.
If you're trying to do normal con activities, you might as well get the Premier Pass.
Well, I don't even think the Premier Pass helps you out that much.
Well, it lets you skip the line at the very least, but
I mean, it lets you skip some lines, not all lines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I mean, let's use the year I went as an example, KIREI. Remember how like we wanted to go see the world premiere of Your Name, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I got the Premier Pass, I got in, but then I was talking to the people running the main theater, and they're like, yeah, you can go in now, and we're not clearing out the hall before the start of the next one. So it was like, what was the point of the Premier Pass? The only thing the Premier Pass got me was into the dealer's hall an hour early, than everybody else, and I spent most of it trying to get Travis idol stuff. So I don't know. It was kind of pointless.
Yeah, I only got one signature this year, but it was a good one, and I guess it was nice not having to sleep all the time.
Brett, you mean you just didn't like go to LA to sleep during the day and camp out during the night?
Actually, the hypest thing was someone brought a fucking tent, like the people like fifth in line or something. They had a fucking tent, and like in the morning, like around like 7 or something, before like 6 or something, like during when it was light out, but before the crowd got like serious, they were just like playing. They're just blasting anime music and doing like wotage, like pen light dancing shit, and it was pretty fucking hilarious. It was godlike. Watching people go ham with wotage is actually like one of the most amusing things about AX and the concert in general. Like, I didn't know about this fucking literally burning money shit where like there are these glow sticks. I think they're called UOs that are like they just are super bright, like they're ridiculously bright, but they only last like 90 seconds and they cost like $1 or more every time. So
it's literally burning money.
Yeah. So the hype is that you are literally taking your dollar bill and lighting it on fire. And that's just the hype. The hype is like, because like someone was explaining this to me. Like Travis was explaining this to me because I was like, what? He's just telling me about it. And I'm like, so he explains how they last like 90 seconds or whatever, and they just like go out instantly, and then they cost like $1. I'm like, well, that's stupid. Like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. And he's like, but isn't it kind of hype? You're literally like burning money. And I kind of thought, and when you think about it, it actually makes sense. But it's like whaling in a MOBA game, but it's for an event basically.
It's like
you're just like yeah, like, look at how I don't give a fuck. Like the hype at this event is more important to me than my wallet. Check this out. And then people are just doing that, and it's actually hysterical. Like like watching people like in the concert. My favorite is just shit like the second concert where Nagato Yuki's voice actor was there from Haruhi, and she's like talking about how she's like, oh yeah, I was here 10 years ago, so I want to get hype one more time, and I want to sing Hare Hare Yukai from Haruhi, right, the ending. And like, so she's saying that, right? She's like saying how she's gonna sing the song, and like literally as soon as she says the name of the song, like there's all these screens in the audience from like super diehard fans be like, oh, and like fucking right next to me, there's like 2 guys, and they're literally already going nuts. Like she just said the name of the song, right? And they're already like, oh, and they pull out their fucking glow sticks from their box, and they're literally breaking them, and the song hasn't started yet. They're literally like taking their $5 bill and they fucking lighting on fire. They're just like, fuck yeah. So that was amazing. That was actually like fucking amazing. There was this dude from Japan who was like 4-fisting like 4 pen lights Wolverine style, and he was like in like the 3rd row, and he was just jumping super high at asymmetrical timings, like just nonstop. Like it was like watching someone trying to like get to the record of like their peak height of a jump over and over and over again. Just like made no sense. It was super funny. I could see him super clearly from my seat, and he was just going nuts the whole time. It was godlike. Anyways, so yeah, AX is a blow up, but blow ups are fun. Okay, let's see. Last question, maybe. What show would be even better gender swapped real fast?
Gender swapped?
Gender swapped. I'm gonna say gamers from this season. I said that during the series. They should all be girls instead.
That'd be pretty funny.
And the main girl should have been a girl, and there's like a creepy guy who's super hot who like convinces her to join his gaming club full of girls. Sounds amazing to me. Alan, KIREI, gender swapped?
I mean, I'd probably say from this season, Token Rambu. They should
Sword girls?
Yeah, sword girls. time traveling sort of girls.
That's legit. KIREI?
KIREI die?
I can't really think of one.
Oh.
I guess, I don't know, maybe Ayoma-kun. I want to see like a comedy that has like a female lead that's weird and unique, kind of like Ayoma-kun, I think.
Ooh, I would say also Tanaka-kun. Tanaka-kun is always lazy.
that would be pretty funny.
As like a lazy girl. Ooh.
That's your jams.
Dude, that's amazing. That sounds amazing. Who would not watch that all day? Okay, last question, and we'll end with this. Who are your guys? What are you guys gonna main for your teams in Dragon Ball Fighter Z? If all major DBZ characters are a possibility, what's your DBZ team?
God, I don't know.
Top tier.
So my team is Trunks, Mystic, Gohan, Tapion. Tapion being the guy who looks like Link who gave Trunks his sword.
I definitely remember Tapion.
Tapion's sick. He has an ocarina. He's literally Link. I don't understand why they weren't sued for copyright, but whatever. But that's my team. My alternate team is like Cell, because Cell, fucking Saiyaman and like fucking Valletta.
So my team would be like
Videl.
Future
Sorry,
Trunks.
why did I say Valletta? Videl. Go ahead.
Future Trunks, Goku Black with like the scythe or like his sword that he can make. And this could be like a weird idea, but I didn't want to like name like another Saiyan or anything. But Pan with Giru as like an assist, kind of like Ken and Koromaru.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I think that'd be an interesting idea if my idea for Pan were to become a reality.
All right, Alan.
Man, I haven't watched DBZ or Dragon Ball in like so long. Man, who are like my favorite characters? Man, it would probably be like Goku. Goku's in there. Yeah, I'm like mad basic when it comes to Dragon Ball.
That's
I like Goku, Krillin, and I don't know.
Piccolo?
Trunks or future Trunks or maybe Cell. I think that would be it.
Someone's saying Ginyu. That's also hype. I really want Captain Ginyu in the game, and I hope that you just like swap bodies in the game. That'd be dope.
I think Boo would be fun too.
Like Kid
Boo's
Buu?
already in the game, yeah.
Yeah, Kid Buu.
Oh, Kid Buu. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Real last question, because I almost forgot about this. It's a question from me, not from the audience.
Oh wow.
What's your BB tag team?
Oh God.
I already posted it on Twitter during the day of the announcement.
What's your BB tag team, KIREI?
It's Ruby and Gordo. Team Scythe.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I don't know what my team is yet. I guess it's gonna be like fucking Narukami Seth or something. I don't know. I'm gonna play Narukami, that's for sure. Narukami is my secret spirit animal. I love that guy.
The thought of Grim Reaper being possibly an assist just makes me laugh.
Yeah, Grim Reaper sounds amazing, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I do want to play Wise actually from Ruby. It's pretty hype. or White, or whoever the fuck that girl's called. Yeah.
Weiss. And there's Yang and Blake from the Ruby team.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it's gonna be pretty hilarious. All I can say, also, no one's listening to me about this, but it's because they're all stupid. The best point character to play in this game is fucking Waldstein. You guys are all dumbasses.
You think?
I definitely know, dude. Like, if you play Waldstein with any kind of like plasma assist, it's done. How are you gonna lose? Like, Waldstein touches like the entire screen. Like, you can't escape from him. You can never run away. He's gonna fuck you up. Well, I don't care who the fuck you are. You're getting hit by Dash C, son. Like, people don't understand. Waldstein is like, he's already you're actually on defense from neutral. You just don't know it yet. He's already in.
Man,
he's one assault jump B, one dash C away from in your face and throwing you. So like, yeah, you guys are fucking done, dude. Like, it's gonna be Waldstein with any assist, like a Rakune assist or like, you know, fucking anything, any beam assist. It's done. It's done. I hope they don't put Wald in the game, otherwise, yeah. Anyways, that's my phone call, which means you guys can closing remarks while I take this call.
All right.
Word.
Well, my team would be like, I don't know, Bullet Narukami or something. Not sure.
Back. I didn't hear what you said, but
said Bullet Narukami.
Probably
Narukami,
Bullet Narukami.
Who?
Bullet and Narukami.
Bullet Narukami. That sounds fun. What? Why not? Like, dude, they're not gonna put Bullet in the game.
Come on, man. Put everybody in there. Make
They're
the
not.
cast freaking gigantic. I mean, we don't know the cast yet, so what?
I do.
Oh well,
I'm just
cool
kidding.
then.
I don't.
I was about to say, like, you're one of the cool kids.
I just hope they
Cool kid no
distribute
more.
the cast well between like the 4 games.
Yeah.
That are being represented, despite it being called Blaze Blue Tag Battle.
Yeah.
I really hope like at least all four of like Team Ruby's there. I hope we get more than just Hyde and Narukami from Persona and Under Night.
Brett, can I complain to you about how bad the logo is?
I mean, yeah, you can. Why do you need my permission to complain to me?
Because I feel like you'll understand where I'm coming from. When I read this,
It's like unreadable.
the first time I read it,
Did you
I thought
read
it
Blaze
was
Tag
Blaze
Blue
Tag
Battle?
Blue Battle.
Yeah, Blaze
Cross.
Tag Blue Battle Cross.
I didn't even know it said cross when I first saw it, like in the middle.
I
But I was
didn't
just, like,
even
sitting
bother
there-
trying to read it. It just looks like a bunch of bullshit to me. Like,
Blaze Tag Blue Battle.
yeah. I just really wish I had been streaming my live reaction because I was in bed in my hotel room with Hotashi and we were watching it and we were just squealing like little girls.
I was jumping up and down and like yelling in the arena.
Yeah,
I was like, oh
like-
shit, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I really want like more. I wish they had hired some cameramen to like record the moment because like this is literally the best reveal in all of history, like as far as I'm concerned. Like it would have been like the only better reveal would have been if they had revealed Exerd live at EVO or something.
God.
I would have lost my
That
shit
was
because
crazy.
Daisuke comes out.
yeah,
And they start pushing like a drum
Yeah.
set on stage, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
yeah, because like yeah, that's the only thing that even like possibly compares. Because when did the screaming start? The screaming started when fucking Narukami showed up.
Yeah, everybody started screaming at the exact same.
because I honestly didn't give a fuck about Jubei. I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
Jubei.
So like
whatever.
everyone like knew a Ruby related fire was supposed to come out or be announced
Yeah,
that
yeah.
weekend. It's like when it showed like the city, it's like, oh, is it Ruby? And then it goes down to like the Blaze Blue characters, like, oh, what the heck? But
Yeah,
it
you're
just
like,
gets,
oh,
a
this is
preview of,
lame.
like the patch or something, and Narukami and Hyde come out, and everyone just lost their shit,
Yeah,
myself included.
yeah, it was amazing. Like, like I mean, It took me 3 seconds too, because it's just out of left field. Like, because it's literally the meme joke. It's like the meme is to have some kind of like crossover game, right? But we never would believe it actually happen. And it's happening. And yeah. And the fact that it's got Uni in it too is super fucking godlike. And yeah, they got Uni, they got Ruby, and yeah. I hope they put HK in the game. Oh my god, if they put HK in the game, oh my god.
I've never seen a tweet like I've never seen a tweet. It's like everyone asking for BlazBlue and a Guilty Gear crossover, and then the follow up was like, here's BlazBlue versus everything but Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Definitely an understatement to say that it was a very, very memorable announcement. Like, you know, the other thing I tell people is, what people don't realize is, take a look at every single game Arc System Works has ever made, right? Like in the last 10 years. Because I know people are hoping the game isn't whack, and I tell them, literally, if you take the worst thing that they've made in a decade and lower it by another peg, it would still be a kick-ass game.
Yeah.
Like, this game does not need to be amazing to be amazing, you know? Because every game they made, even the bad ones, still play decently. Like, I'd say the worst game maybe that you could say they made of contemporary fighting games is maybe like P4U2, right? Like,
yeah.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, that's going to be the worst game that they made. Okay, P4U2 system with BB tag is already fucking godlike. That's already fucking godlike. So I'm not actually worried too much about the game, like how it plays. Like, it's going to be great. So unlike Dragon Ball, I'm actually very excited and optimistic for this game. Like, Dragon Ball, I'm actually somewhat pessimistic about, or not pessimistic, but I'm still somewhat skeptical about, like, how much depth the game is really going to have. Like, you know, how high level this game is really going to go. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, I mean, people have been playing it, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to stop there because I got to go, actually. So,
speaking of Dragon Ball, registration tomorrow.
Registration tomorrow. I thought it got pushed back.
It got pushed out to September.
Got pushed back?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What?
You need to look at Twitter, KIREI.
I mean, I was at work and then I came home and did not look at Twitter. And if I do look at Twitter, it's usually retweeting stuff.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Got pushed back to September, so.
RIP, that's sad.
Yep. Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right, Brad.
All right. Well, thanks for watching,